issues in hockey, and we'd like to handle those issues now. Lots of questions on what's going on in the Hockey Association and the Hockey Union, and the gentlemen are here to speak to us. Our guests are also ready to speak to us. Let's just see what we're talking about to set the tone before we get into the story itself.
In hockey, the glory days now seem a distant memory. Even prior to Kenya's independence, the country's men teams brushed shoulders with the elite of the sport. Kenya appeared in 5 consecutive Olympic Games since making their debut at Melbourne in 1956. From there on, Kenya hockey players have managed only 2 more appearances in the Global Games, that was in Los Angeles 1984 and Seoul 1988. A far cry from the golden years of the 50s, 60s and 70s. The deteriorating nature of hockey game in the country is worrying. Apart from the 7 appearances in the Olympics, Kenya has competed in 2 World Cup finals, that was 1971 and 1973. Early 2000, the local hockey game began to lose its taste. For 32 years now, the country has failed to qualify for any international championships. Lest we forget, hockey was the first sport to represent Kenya at the World Cup before cricket in 1975. The challenges facing this beautiful game of hockey are countless, but mismanagement of the game is paramount.
Kama future ya hockey, ikiwa ni yao bado watakuwa hapo, hakuna maendeleo yoyote hii mchezo itawahi kufanya. Hatutawahi songa mbele.
Since 2019, the National Hockey League has failed to kick off. The Kenya Hockey Union says it's Corona.
Why is the league not beginning since 2019?
No, the league is beginning, my friend. We have gone under a very difficult COVID period. And we have been following the ministry COVID protocols.
The question begs, was the world ravaged by coronavirus pandemic in 2019?
Ikiwa mtu anataka excuse, mtu apeane excuse mzuri. Na mimi pia nimekuwa mmoja wa wale watu wako kwa hiyo komiti ya kucoach timu ya taifa, na nilijiuzulu kwa sababu huwezi kaa mahali zaidi ya miaka 10 na bado mnafanya zile upuzi mmekuwa mkifanya.
Even though Kenya remains a powerhouse in the African continent, their recent fortunes have dwindled as well. Kenya men finished runners-up in the 4 of their 7 appearances in the Africa Cup of Nations, 1974, 1983, 1989 and 1996. Their last appearance in 2017 saw them finish outside the medal bracket. Only once in the history of hockey has Kenya finished in the first place. They won a gold medal at the 1987 Africa Games held in the home soil. Kenya Hockey Union selected teams, both men and women, to represent the country in the Africa Cup of Nations in Ghana, a decision which has raised alarm on the criteria used.
Yeah, this team has been training for more than 6 months.
Yeah.
We know these players. They are not new to us.
Okay.
And these are the players who have been turning out for the national team for past tournaments.
Ministry officials wawaeleze walitumia kriteria gani kutoa pesa ya serikali kutuma team na imekuwa hakuna ligi inaendelea. Hizi ndio maswali ngumu lazima tuulize.
Under Nahashon Randiek's reign, Kenyan teams have performed dismally at the Africa Cup of Nations and missed out on World Cup qualifications. National teams are still owed allowances dating back to 2013.
Our critics, you know, it is very easy to sit on the other side of the wall and throw stones to your neighbor.
Mm-hmm.
You know, some of these critics who are talking are members of Nairobi Hockey County Association.
Mm-hmm.
Can you ask them what has Nairobi been doing all this time?
Mtu yoyote yule anafuatilia hockey Kenya atakuelezea hawa sio wale wamehitimu kamwe kutuwakilisha. Na sisemi ati ni wote hawajahitimu. Walichaguliwa kwa namna gani?
The Federation is yet to conduct its national elections as the current office time expired on 13th of January 2022.
hatujacheza league for 2 years. Kwa hivyo tuambianeni ukweli, ndio hii mchezo wa magongo tuipeleke mahali inafaa ikue. Wachezaji wote wanalia, sports officials kama sisi, kama una ile wanasemaga ngozi ngumu, kuacha hii mchezo ni rahisi, na hiyo ndio wanataka watu wawache.
And even now, as the Kenyan teams take part in the African Championships, the big question is, how was the national team selected? Who selected it? And how long did they train together? Was it enough criteria to out up a good national team?
The game of hockey has been in the ICU for the last 2 years. The league has never begun, and today as we speak, nothing is going on. The national team was selected to go to Ghana to represent the country. Both men and women. Lies, deceit, and controversy have surrounded this beautiful game for the longest time. Players have quit, and some of them continue with their own lives even without this game being here. The question is, for how long